let's talk about the Billboard charts for a second because there's a news article that came out that really didn't really surprise me, but it kind of did as well because this is crazy. Just seeing this is insane, and Lil Wayne has to be very, very proud of what he's done for hip hop for the past, you could argue, 20 years that he's played a role in it. So let's go over the article quick. Drake, Lil Wayne, and Nicki Minaj have further solidified Young Money's place in hip hop history by becoming the three most decorated rappers on the Billboard Hot 100 in terms of top 10 hits. So, on Monday, July 3rd, Nicki secured her 23rd top 10 hit on the chart thanks to her Barbie Girl collaboration with Ice Spice, which debuted at number 7 on the chart, matching the success of Aqua's 1997 hit of the same, which it samples. So this past Monday, Nicki secured her 23rd top 10 spot, so that prompted chart data on Twitter to come up with this list of the top, I believe, the most rappers with the most top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, with the lowest number being 10 of them. So this is top 10, meaning number 10 to number 1 in terms of hits that you had. We're not counting number 20, number 32, number 46, whatever. Just top 10. And this is astounding, first off. So it starts out with Travis Scott, Future. They both have 10, which is good. You know, Travis Scott is a little bit newer than Future, but good number. Cardi B with 11, which is kind of crazy considering she only has one official album out. T.I. with 11, J. Cole with 11. And then you get to Kendrick Lamar and Snoop Dogg with 12. Then you get to 50 Cent and Lil Baby with 13. Then you get to 21 Savage with 14. Ludacris with 18. Kanye West with 20. And then here's the top 5. You get to Eminem and Jay-Z both with 22 top 10 hits. And then this is where the craziness comes in because these are the three artists that are Lil Wayne or came from Lil Wayne / the Young Money, Cash Money camp. Nicki Minaj with 23. Lil Wayne with 25 top 10 hits. And then this is just the gap that you guys know. Drake is at number 1 with 68. Like, that is a huge gap. We're talking 68 top 10 hits versus Lil Wayne having 25. It's a gap of, I don't even know, my math is horrible, but at least 40 or 35, which is insane. I don't think anybody's going to reach that. And Drake's not done yet, obviously. We know he's not even finished. So that's probably going to get to like 70, or 80, 90, So first, I want to give props to Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, and Drake, especially Lil Wayne, for recognizing talent, pushing them to be the greatest that they can be, and clearly it's paid off. I think Lil Wayne has the best, besides Dr. Dre, but Dr. Dre is not really a rapper. Lil Wayne has the best record when it comes to a rapper signing other rappers and then performing well. It's clear by a long shot. I do feel like 50 would have had that had Game not done his thing, because 50 had a role with, G-Unit, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, Buck. All of them are doing numbers, going platinum, double platinum, triple platinum, having top 10 hits back to back, like no problem. But, Game had his own thing. So Lil Wayne managed to get Drake, Nicki, boom, signed them both. They both skyrocketed. They both maintained their, Drake's obviously maintained his spot for forever now. Nicki Minaj, she has her in and outs, but, she's been doing her thing now fairly recently as well. So, I was looking at the comments on Instagram when this was posted on the Academics' page. The top comment, and I agree with this, he said, Drake is like the LeBron of the rap game. Once he's gone, he's going to be extremely hard to surpass statistically. As we know, LeBron James statistically is off the charts on a lot of categories, and I don't think a lot of players are going to catch up to him. This was a funny and interesting comment. The fact that Lil Wayne created his competition is crazy. That is dope. NBA YoungBoy fans are fairly stupid. No disrespect. Sorry, they're going to attack me for that, saying that shit. But I don't even care, because some of y'all just don't even understand what the hell's going on. One person said, YoungBoy is blacklisted again. And then people were like, yeah, right. Like, he's been blacklisted. Like, what the hell? His name's not on here. He's blackballed. NBA YoungBoy does not have a lot of top 10 hits. And then there's somebody that responded saying, well, he's got all these plaques. Doesn't he have a lot of top 10 hits? That doesn't equate to top 10 hits, guys. That equates to top 10 albums, but we're talking singles here. And I guess you can kind of give it to them. They didn't clarify it, but usually when people say top 10 hits, they say usually it's singles, not albums. So, you know, if it was top 10 albums, he would be on here for sure. Fake stats, where Young Boy at, we cleared that. Young Money runs the rap game, I agree. 50 isn't talked about enough for my liking. That is true. To go back on 50, he's an artist on this list that hasn't had a recent hit as all these other artists. The last time 50 had a top 10 hit was, I believe, Eminem Crack a Bottle, which was in 2009. So a lot of these artists have had, like people will say Ludacris, he's above. He has 18 top 10 hits, but he was on Justin Bieber's Baby. He was like, you know, he's been featured on a couple hits here and there as time went on, but 50 hasn't. So 50 being on there, Ludacris is also obviously given respect for that. Snoop Dogg, you know, these are artists that really haven't been relevant musically for a long time, recently at least, for the past, like, you want to say 10 years, I guess. A lot of these other artists have been dropping music consistently, have been featured with newer artists, you know, so on and so forth. But the gap between Drake and everyone else is utterly ridiculous. I don't see anybody catching that, especially because a lot of these artists, you know, are legends at this list, but damn, Drake is so far ahead, it's insane. Granted, a lot of the stuff with Drake is streams. That's helped him out a lot. Streaming has definitely changed the game for a lot of artists in today's time, which things change, rightfully so. You know, that happens. Things change. Some things get easier, some things get harder, but it's been easier for artists to chart with streams, so that's helped out a lot. Also, what you guys got to remember is this is just top 10 hits, and a lot of these, and I say this thousands of times, a lot of these top 10 hits come and go. Like this Nicki Minaj song that went to number 7, it could be a number 7 just for this week, and then it falls off to number 20, number 30, and then we never hear about it ever again. So a lot of these are like debut hot shots that Drake has, especially Drake. Like if you took away those debut hot shots from Drake, I think he would still be very high up there. I think he would have like 40, you know, instead of 68, maybe 45, which is still a huge gap between 25. But 68 is just like, you know, it's because it's the hot shot, you know, hitting the top 10 hot shot for that week because everybody's excited for the song, and then it falls off. Like Drake dropped that Search and Rescue record. Number 2, Billboard Hot 100, boom, hot for that week because he was talking about like Kim Kardashian, whatever. I don't remember exactly what he said in that song, but boom, hot at that moment, fell off, never heard about it again. Drake has a lot of those. So, you know, these numbers are great, but at the end of the day, some of these artists did get their hits the old school way. Some of these artists got their hits the new school way. Some of these artists don't have long-lasting classic songs on this list. Some of them just have songs that are cool for the moment. And, you know, Drake is fully taking advantage of that. So we can't take that away from Drake. We have to give him props on that regardless because it's hard to get, you know, it's hard to get a top 10 hit, even though you can get, you know, you can get them a little bit easier with streaming. It's outstanding. It is crazy, like, at how long Young Money, Cash Money has been dominant. Even though Nicki Minaj and Drake aren't signed to Young Money, Cash Money anymore. I don't think even Lil Wayne is. I could be wrong about that, but they're not signed to that label anymore. Regardless, they come from there. And the fact that they've been dominant still, and they're the only ones in the top 3. I mean, who are the people outside of the Young Money, Cash Money? Is Jay-Z, Eminem, and Kanye. I mean, I could see Eminem getting more hits. I could see Jay-Z and Kanye. I could see all 3 of them getting more hits and eventually getting that top 3 because Jay-Z was in the top 3, or he was tied with Nicki Minaj. Before this song that just entered the top 10 at number 7, Nicki Minaj was tied with Jay-Z and Eminem with 22. But just recently, obviously, she got that, so she's at 23. So there's going to be a fight, you know, in between there. Because if you look at it, you know, Lil Wayne, Nicki, Jay-Z, Eminem, they're close. They're very close to each other. You know, Eminem could drop a new album anytime now and be at number 23, number 24, you know, 25, whatever the case may be. Same with Jay-Z. But the gap between, that's what I mean, the gap between Lil Wayne and Drake is utterly fucking crazy. It is insane. So shout out to Drake doing this thing. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this list. It was very interesting. to me to see that Young Money is doing its thing after all these years. Young Moolah, baby. Ha! Weezy.